Hello, my name is Ellie, and I think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. How to forgive our parents. We need to forgive our parents to step into the fullness of our own well-being. Our parents did the best they could with the level of consciousness that they had. Our parents had their own wounds, their own conditioning from their parents and from society at the time that they were born. It is so difficult to be a human, never mind a parent. And I often like to think and envision my parents as being blindfolded in a dark room trying to care for me in the way that I needed. It was impossible. I was a scared child myself, experiencing all this different energy and empathy, this deep empathy for all other humans, suffering. And my parents were doing all of their own suffering. And now that I look back on this, now that I've done all the healing, all the inner child work, I am finally free of this karmic attachment to this loop, this continuous loop of karma that we often will see occur in families. What happens is when you're born into a family, your family has a certain vibration, and you will sort of be forced to adopt this vibration as you grow up because you're just living inside of this vibration. As children, we are really prisoners in many ways to the family that we were born into. Our parents, through their own suffering and through their own wounds, their own feelings of unworthiness, of inadequacy, of being tired, the world was and is set up against our own well-being. The world is set up against the well-being of humans. We are having to constantly put too much of our energy out into the world, into these systems that are not really serving us. So life is difficult, and if we can bring compassion into our own parents' struggle. So specifically for you individually, you can think about your parents. How much do you know about their upbringing? How much do you know about any wounds that they've had? And just in general, bringing compassion for how difficult it is to be a parent, how difficult it is to just be a human, surviving and trying to thrive in this world. And thriving is possible for us, especially if we can forgive our parents or our primary caregivers, and we can clear our own wounds, our own karmic ties to all of that pain. We can actually be set free. So we also follow patterns in relationships. So whatever dynamic that we had as children from our caregivers is often the dynamic that you will repeatedly find yourself in partnership with. It's that same energy, that same treatment, that same outcome, that same emotional wounding for you. And the ego does this because it wishes to heal, and it thinks that if I can find that partner with that same energy and I can heal this time, I can get them to actually love me the way that I want, the way that I need, then I'll heal. And unfortunately, this almost never happens. But if we can identify these patterns from our childhood, we can go in and start doing inner child work. We can heal ourselves. I have a whole video about inner child work, and I actually just made a video recently about emotional healing practice. If you just type in emotional healing practice, I will walk you through how to do this inner child work. And as we go in and we heal these deep wounds, we can be free from these patterns, from ending up in the same relationship with the same energy, just a different body, a different person. And then we can stop experiencing these deep wounds. We can be free from this karmic cycle. It is so important for our own well-being to bring compassion to our parents' struggle. Now, I'm not, condoning any abuse or anything like that. I wish that would never happen to anyone, and we have to protect the children of this earth. We have to protect anything that is helpless, that needs our protection. That is our job. But when something is already done, we're talking about we're grown now and we're looking back into our childhood. If we can bring compassion for whatever happened, not only to our parents, but to us. This compassion must go full circle. we can free ourselves. We can begin to love ourselves so deeply and stop being triggered in our relationships by these little small things that cause this huge explosion of emotion and can end relationships. This is often what happens in relationships. We're just triggered because we haven't healed our wounds, and these small things, they're really, really big things, and it just piles up, and we just eventually we break, and we have to leave those relationships, and we do not have to continue this cycle. We can bring compassion to our parents struggling, their own suffering. We can understand that it wasn't our fault. Whatever happened to us during children wasn't a result of how we were. It wasn't about us. It wasn't about us. It wasn't about us. It was about our parents, their own struggle, their own pain, their own wounds, the fact that the world was just set up for them to struggle. If you can do this, my friend, you can free yourself. And it is amazing. I've healed all of my wounds from my childhood. I have broke every single pattern, recognized the pattern and broke it. And the partner I have now is absolutely nothing like that childhood dynamic. And I am so fulfilled, not even just with this relationship, but with myself. I was fulfilled before I met him. And this is what is available to you. I wish you so much luck on your journey. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will love to connect with you soon. Thank you.